In this screencast, we're going to look at a little change you can make to one of the scripts in Matrix to inform users on when the trash is next going to be emptied. So it's a good idea to empty the trash on a regular basis, otherwise it starts to get a bit too big and it can affect the performance of your system. So rather than having to clear it manually, which is a bit of a pain, you'd want to set it to do that automatically. But one thing that you then have to communicate to users is when the trash is going to be emptied, because the trash is sort of for everyone. It's not a per user trash, unfortunately. So it's nice to give the users a bit of warning as to when the trash is actually going to be emptied. So one of the ways we can do that is we're going to edit this script, which is part of the regular emptying of the trash. And even if you weren't keen on this specific example, I guess it shows you a way that you can actually change Matrix or change part of Matrix. One of the benefits of Matrix is that it's open source. So there's no compiled code. You can actually go in and see what things are doing. And so in theory, you should be able to go in and change the code. Now, this could affect your warranty, I suppose, is one thing you need to discuss with Squiz. But at least you can sort of jump in there and have a look at what changes are being made. And then you can enhance or develop the existing functionality as you want. So this is another one that's a bit more advanced, and we do need to connect to the server that Matrix is running on and make a few changes to the files. So again, if you're not comfortable with that, take a look at what you can achieve and then maybe talk to someone that does know how to do this sort of stuff if you're not familiar with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is SSH into our server here. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Okay, and then what we want to do is go to the directory that my source matrix is located within. So in this case, it's in here. Okay, and then the script that you use to empty the trash is under the scripts directory. So have a look there. There are a bunch of interesting scripts actually in there if you haven't taken a look. And the one we're interested in is the purge trash script, which is up here somewhere. There it is, purge trash. So if I edit that file, now this file is going to change between versions, so you might not have exactly what I've got in front of me here. The basic premise though is to insert the bit of code that I've provided you in the book towards the end of the script. So probably not after the last sort of printing and saying it's completed, probably just before that is where we want to insert it. So I'm going to grab the code and paste it in here. So it's just some simple PHP. It's saying if we're passing the third argument, so when you run this script you have to pass it a couple of arguments. If we're passing the third one, we're going to set the date in here. And let's just put that on one line so it's a bit more readable. And what we're actually going to do is connect to the database and change the name of the trash, so at the moment it's just called trash, to append some text to warn the user when it's next going to be emptied. So if I save that now, the way you normally run the script is from this command line, but you would generally schedule it into what's called the cron so that it would run regularly. But you'd run it like that, and then you'd normally pass it two variables. One would be the location that Matrix is installed in, so www msm ssv, so like that, and then the second value that you would actually supply is the root node of the trash. So I think that's probably, if you wanted to just empty a portion of the trash, you could pass that asset ID and it would do that. But we always want to empty the entire trash. So we just put a 10 in there. And then the next variable is the number that we've inserted the PHP code to handle. And that's the number of days until the next purge. So let's say we do 7 days, and you would add this to your cron so that it would run every 7 days, once a week. And then by passing this variable, every time it runs, it's actually going to rename the trash asset to, well, we'll see in a sec. So if I try and run that now, asking for the root password, and that didn't look especially good. And the reason was I wasn't running it as the right user. So let's just try it again. Much better. Okay, so now if we come back here, and we should be able to just refresh the asset map, and hopefully that's going to pick up the change to our trash. There we go. So first thing you notice is the trash has been emptied because we ran that script. And the nice thing in our here is it says the trash will next be emptied Sunday the 7th. So if a user's in here, they're making changes, they've deleted a few assets, and they see that, hey, the trash is going to be emptied tomorrow on Sunday, they can at least make a mental note that anything I'm deleting will be permanently deleted at a certain time, so they're not necessarily relying on the trash. So again, 2 points to take from this. One is, first of all, it's just a nice little hack that you can make to your empty trash script to make the trash a bit nicer, let users know when it's going to be emptied. But the second is, I guess, the power that you have within Matrix, because it's written in a scripted language like PHP. You can jump in there, make changes. As I noted, it does potentially affect your warranty, but all of these scripts do a bunch of different things. You can have a look through them and do a lot of different things, make changes and enhancements to the product. And then if you do, you can share those with the community, which is part of the whole benefit of Matrix, is it is open source, and any things like this that you discover, if you share with the community, those users will also benefit from this.